Now on 767 News, Observer Mission begins work ahead of December 8 general elections. 4 siblings indicted in the murder of their brother have been granted bail by the High Court. And all hands on deck as the Electoral Office prepares for the polling day. In sports, Ian Peanut Spartans secure first victory in Carib Sand and Stone Point Michelle Football League. Welcome to the weekend edition of 767 News. I'm your host, Alicia George. Thanks for joining us. When 767 News return, we will bring you the latest developments sweeping the country.
This is the new DL750, made to fit your lifestyle, whatever shape it takes. The new KitKat OS means it's faster and easier to enjoy the apps you love, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. With colored covers you can change to match your lifestyle. A 5-megapixel camera with an amazing flash to capture the moments that matter wherever you are. The new DL750, lighter, smarter, brighter. Digicel.
Ozone. When you use Ozone. 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 Never done till the dirt is gone. Ozone.
Can you afford to lose everything? In times of uncertainty, ensure you have the security of Quartz Payment Protection. When you shop with Quartz Ready Finance Gold or Ultimate Plan, if you lose your job after 6 months of making payments, our redundancy coverage ensures that the payment on your account continues for up to 12 months. Don't risk losing everything. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and get the payment protection plan that protects you against redundancy, disability, death, and loss of item due to natural disaster, fire, flood, or theft. Quartz Ready Finance with payment protection. Quartz, bringing value home.
767 News is encouraging all Dominicans to vote this election season. Your vote counts, so look out for our upcoming political profiles. UWP versus DLP.
Welcome back. First up this news time, an agreement has been signed stipulating the conditions for the work of the Electoral Observation Mission, EOM, of the Organization of American States, OAS, that will observe the general elections in Dominica on December 8, 2014. On Monday, the Secretary General of OAS, Jose Miguel Insouza, and the permanent representative of Dominica to the Hemispheric Organization, Ambassador Herbert Charles, signed the agreement prior to arriving on island to conduct their mission. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Ambassador Charles expressed confidence in the professionalism of the election process.
We have every confidence that the elections will be run on a very professional level. But we're still looking forward to the usual recommendations made by the OAS for improving those practices. As I said, we are very pleased that the OAS is on board, and we are pleased as well that we have some rather experienced persons on the mission.
Secretary General Insouza expressed similar conviction that Dominica will have a normal and peaceful electoral process. Ambassador Adam Blackwell, the Secretary for Multidimensional Security of the OAS, will head the delegation.
We are sending a technical mission with the very important cooperation of Ambassador Adam Blackwell, who has agreed to serve as head of that mission. I'm sure that he will do an excellent job, and we have experts of several countries of the region. I mean, from Antigua, from Chile, from the United States, from Venezuela. So I think that we are going to perform in the what I say with much pride, in the usual standards of the organization to develop these electoral measures.
The team, which includes observers from Antigua and Barbuda, Canada, Chile, the United States, and Venezuela, arrived here on Wednesday, December 3rd. Today, Friday, the mission met with Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit. This will be the second electoral observation mission in Dominica. The agreement on the privileges and immunities of observers was held at OAS headquarters in Washington, D.C. And in other stories, a Soufriere family who recently had a murder conviction against them overturned by the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court of Appeal was granted bail in the sum of $250,000 by a High Court judge on Thursday, 4th December. The Supreme Court had ordered a retrial during its September criminal assizes. Herbert Xavier, Loretta Xavier, and Manuela Williams were charged with the death of their brother Harrison Williams on September 24, 2010 at Soufriere, and in March of 2012, they were each sentenced to 15 years in prison. On November 12, they appealed the sentence on the ground that the trial judge, Justice Brian Cottle, erred in his directions to the jury and was therefore fatal to the defendants. As part of their bail conditions, the siblings are not to reside in Soufriere. They are to report to the nearest police station every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. They must keep far from all ports of exit and refrain from any form of contact with the wife and children of their deceased brother. We will also inform that a number of other strict measures have been put in place and that they will not be residing anywhere close to the communities of Soufriere or Scott's Head. Although Attorney Yearwood Stewart, who represented all the defendants, said she was hoping there would not be a retrial and that the siblings would be released to live their lives, the Director of Public Prosecution has since decided to pursue the matter at the January criminal assizes. And the lack of response from the Dominica Labour Party has forced the cancellation of a much-anticipated debate between the party and the United Workers' Party, UWP. The Dominica Debates Commission, DDC, on Monday said it was awaiting a response from the Dominica Labour Party as it relates to a request submitted following the announcement of the December 8 general elections. Lillian Piper, committee member in speaking to the media, said to date the United Workers' Party, through its leader Lennox Linton, has responded to the request. However, the debate cannot take place with one party.
What spurs the process is that we put out we put out on DNO and Dominica Vibes, as well as text messaging on Lime and Digicel, a request to find out if persons are interested in seeing an electoral debate. And we are happy to tell you that 87% of all responses said yes, we want to see an electoral debate. So with that said, what we are interested in is sensitizing persons. The response is that people would like to see an electoral debate. There's a format that would host a well put together electoral debate. We have sent an invitation. There was a date involved. Now we are willing and capable of moving that date. What we are interested in is the response from the political parties. One we've received, we are waiting for the other response.
Just 3 days before the December 8 general elections, time has simply run out for the debate. Piper said an electoral debate is something the public looks forward to, and Dominica was no different.
Who drives the debate? The people insisting that they want a debate, and the media involved in telecasting that debate out to the people. You can have a room this small and have the two podiums set up, the moderator, and you can have a debate because it's not something that's widely attended. It's something that is broadcasted. So every radio station could be hearing it. I could be sitting in my room, in my home, and listening to this electoral debate and becoming more educated, listening to the parties talk about things that really, really matter to me and my family, and making a decision based on that, making more of a decision or being more confident in the decision I'm making. The point is, it's part of a democratic process. A lot of societies want this, The people want it, they look forward to it, and it's part of a democratic process.
She said the planned electoral debate was vital for the leaders of the DLP and UWP to answer valuable questions of the citizens. Some of the issues that were on the cards to be debated included social economic policies, the economy, unemployment, agriculture and agro-industry, small business, tourism and the international airport, health education and social services. In other stories, Election Day is 3 days away and preparations have and continue to be made to ensure the process runs smoothly. One of the main persons in charge of such a mammoth task is Stephen Larocque, Chief Elections Officer. We're here with Chief Elections Officer Stephen Larocque. And of course, Mr. Larocque has been the Chief Elections Officer since 2011. He's going to tell us a bit about what's going to take place, perhaps the processes or what they have put in place for December 8th general elections. Mr. Larocque.
Okay, we have put all officers are in place for working on December 8th. We're right now in the process of putting together the ballot boxes and the materials, so we're going to deliver it to them. When that is done, they have to ensure that the ballot boxes are secured in a designated place. So it'll be there from tomorrow evening until Monday morning when it will be retrieved and brought to the polling stations.
Okay. In your past experience with general elections, are there any challenges that you may have had that you feel will be overcome this election?
Generally, we don't have any challenges. It's just a matter of we in the office getting prepared and doing what it is required to ensure that the elections run as smoothly as possible. We make sure that all materials are available and that the officers are trained, and we have done all that already. Okay, so we're ready for the December 8th elections. Yes, we are. Right. Anything else you'd like to add? No, just encourage people to exercise the right to vote come December 8th.
Thank you very much. The final count on polling day will take place in each constituency. That information will then be relayed to the electoral office for broadcast. A confident United Workers' Party Team Dominica encourages voters to exercise their constitutional right, while President Savary continues his Christmas donations to charitable organizations. More details of these and other stories when we return.
Never done till the dirt is gone. Ozone.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the ram that I want to pull up me belly. It's the ram that I want to bat in the batting.
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum or buy and win hams, single barrel rum and shopping vouchers. Plus, non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominica National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
Make their wishes come true at Courts this Christmas. Gifts for Dad you know he'll love. Something special just for Mom. And gifts for Big Brother and Sister too. Shop today and pay absolutely nothing until February 2015 on 24 months and over accounts. So complete your gift list this Christmas only at Courts, bringing value home.
When you want to serve rice to your family, you obviously want the best rice. Caribbean cooks right and tastes great. Available in a variety of sizes for you to buy as much as you want. You can buy white rice, parboiled rice, and Caribbean rice even comes in bags with handles for your convenience. And because you'll be buying it from Astafans, you know the price is right. Make Caribbean rice a must for your family. Astafans, right place, right price.
Hi everyone, have you heard the good news on Digital Play? Your channel lineup is getting upgraded. That's right, upgraded. We are pleased to announce the launch of HBO to our channel lineup. The name HBO says it all. Blockbuster movies, award-winning original series, 24 hours non-stop programming, all at no additional fee this Christmas, and so much more. Now, to get your new HBO channel lineup on Digicel Play TV, you need to rescan your set-top box, and this is how you do it.
On your remote control, you press Menu, select OK, then OK, and OK one more time. And wait. Once the action is completed, the picture will appear.
Look out for more exciting channels coming soon on Digicel Play.
Thanks for staying with us. The full slate of candidates making up the United Workers' Party Team Dominica is confident and ready for the December 8th general elections. Leader of the UWP, Lennox Linton, made the statement on Friday during the party's final media briefing before the election on Monday.
14 of our candidates are facing the polls for the very first time. So this is a young team indeed, a new team. And on our team, 2 ladies, 19 men. And we're ready. We've been getting ready all around the country. In all 21 constituencies, we are seeking to conclude, secure a resounding victory at the polls on Monday.
Linton is appealing to the new voters and young voters to discharge the right to vote with honor, while keeping in mind the Code of Conduct of the Dominica Christian Council signed by the United Workers' Party and the Dominica Labour Party, which states one should not allow any politician to purchase their vote.
Let it be a vote of conscience. Let it be a vote that is based on your careful assessment of what's going on in Dominica and what Dominica most needs at this time in terms of its development. And also to urge them to pay attention to the admonition of the Christian Council that politicians who come to them with bribes, politicians who come to them with threats of intimidation and violence should be opposed and rejected. It's an important first time out for these young voters, and we are hopeful that they will follow these guidelines as they begin what is going to be a very important responsibility for the rest of their lives.
The UWP leader noted the party remains concerned about the illegal practices of the DLP during their election campaign. He said the party has evidence of the DLP purchasing plane tickets for the Dominica diaspora to return to vote in their favor, which is an act of bribery.
We continue to be concerned about that. We continue to be concerned about the free and fair elections and the possibility for fraudulent manipulation of the elections, given the fact that the Electoral Commission still did not find it possible to give us ID cards for voting. Only to say that these taken together has placed an additional burden on our agents and our election day machinery to ensure that fraudulent manipulation of the election result is minimized or totally eliminated. We are committed to that because we feel that our democracy must be safeguarded from any such fraudulent manipulation.
Linton added, although both parties signed the Christian Council's Code of Conduct, the DLP has been continuously engaged in misrepresentation of the truth and making deceitful statements about the plans of the UWP at their political rallies. And Ashton Grano, former Dominica Labour Party parliamentary representative for the Salibia constituency, scolded the Kalinago chief for what one would consider his democratic right. On Thursday evening in Bantaka, during another rally to endorse Cassius Daru, DLP candidate for the Salibia constituency, Grano said recently elected Kalinago chief Charles Williams has associated himself with the United Workers' Party candidate Claudia Sanford and therefore labeled him a failure. The Carib chief Charles Williams has been critical of the DLP government since his election, saying that the Kalinago people have been placed on the back burner.
Claudia Sanford is surrounded by a group of failures. Kitchener and Company, Barry and others all failed. And the Carib chief associated himself with that. Well, Mr. Chief, I won't say more. I'm just telling you, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. You seem to forget that you are a minority leader. 300 votes is not enough to give you a mandate. You got it because we had 4 candidates.
The former PAREP called the United Workers' Party Team Dominica a bunch of terrorists, saying that Sanford should disassociate himself from the party.
Claudius Sanford should disassociate himself with the United Workers' Party, better known nowadays as Team Dominica. Because as deputy leader of the party, he failed to call up his leader, Lennox Linton, who has been preaching on Q95 acts and words of terrorism. Ask Claudius Sanford, why is it he has not condemned the acts? Why is it he has not condemned his leader? As deputy leader, he should pass a vote of no confidence in his leader and take over the party.
Claudius Sanford will contest DLP candidate Cassius Daru for the Salibia constituency in the December 8 general elections. His Excellency President Charles Savaria has made 2 other donations to charitable groups in Dominica. On Thursday, President Savaria visited the Reginald F. Amor Hospital and the Home for the Aged in Portsmouth as part of his annual Christmas charity project. District Medical Officer Dr. Candia Jacob, who was happy to receive the contribution, said although there are many challenges, she's happy to be working and serving the people of her district.
The Portsmouth Health District is made up of the communities running from Capuchin down to Beash and from Hampstead, the end of Hampstead, right back to Portsmouth. It's a very large district. A very small group of healthcare workers take care of that district, and despite all the challenges, we are happy to be the team that works in the district that help the patients, help take care of the environment, and all the other things that we do.
The annual proceeds are derived each year from funds raised at the President's Charity Dinner. Speaking at the welcoming ceremony, Antoine Raffo, chairman of the President's Charity Foundation, said the charity, with the assistance of its donors, received a substantial amount of money this year.
From the proceeds of a well-attended dinner, the foundation was able to make generous monetary contribution to some 20 charitable institutions on the island. The foundation over the last 11 years have made in excess of $400,000 in monetary donation and organized 9 Christmas parties, each for about 280 underprivileged children at a cost of more than $100,000.
With the mass infrastructure expected to be erected in the town of Portsmouth, President Savaria told his audience that the hospital's ability to provide service must develop and grow accordingly.
With the developments taking place in and around Portsmouth, it is inevitable that the hospital must grow because the Moroccan Hotel will be completed soon. There are plans for a new hotel on Douglas Bay or Bell Hall, which will be larger than the Moroccan Hotel. There are all of these developments which are associated with Ross University up in Picard, so that the demand for improved medical services will grow.
Each year, the President's Charity also hosts a Christmas party for underprivileged children. This year, about 231 children will attend the party at the State House on December 13, 2014. And amid allegations of political bribery, the United Workers' Party candidate for the Granville constituency, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, has expressed concern over the violation of the Constitution governing elections in Dominica.
I have seen it with my own eyes in my constituency. We have operatives of the Dominica Labour Party giving individuals things that is clearly contrary to the laws, to the electoral laws of Dominica. And it's of grave concern when just days before the election, individuals, including the Prime Minister himself in my constituency, giving money and other valuables to voters. We would like to call on the Dominica Labour Party to cease from these actions. It is wrong, it is contrary to the laws of Dominica, it is illegal, and it should stop.
Dr. Fontaine is urging voters to reject the DLP's acts of bribery and continue to focus on change and hope for the renewal of Dominica. He said this is a critical election as it will give the citizens the opportunity to change course.
We are very anxious and waiting patiently at the same time for change and for what will happen on Monday. We are convinced that the majority of the Dominican voters have listened to us, they have heard us, and notwithstanding the efforts of the DLP to bring in overseas voters and the whole-scale efforts at bribery, we are very confident that the masses of the Dominican populace will rally around the United Workers' Party and will be assured of victory come Monday.
Polling stations island-wide will be open from 7 a.m. on Monday for voting. And you've registered to vote. Your name is on the registered voters list, but here's what you need to know on the day of general elections. During the hours when the poll is open, every employee is entitled to 2 hours for voting, in addition to the midday lunch hour without deduction in pay or other penalty. The ballot is absolutely secret, and it should not be possible for anyone to determine who an elector voted for. Persons must be physically present at the polling station to vote. There are no absentee votes. Electors who are blind or otherwise physically incapable are entitled to vote with the assistance of the presiding officer or another person qualified to assist. Each elector may vote at one polling station and for only one candidate. How to determine the polling station to vote for at the 2014 general elections? Well, find the constituency in which you are registered. Find the area you lived in when you registered. Find the letter your surname begins with and the corresponding polling station. Now you're ready to place your vote. Voters must only use the lead pencil provided in the polling booth to mark the ballot paper. You must make a cross within the space provided containing the name of the candidate for whom he or she intends to vote. Fold the ballot paper as directed by the presiding officer so that the initials and numbers are clearly seen. Hand the ballot paper over to the presiding officer on returning from the polling booth. The presiding officer examines the initials and numbers on the counterfoil to ascertain that it is the same ballot paper that was delivered to the elector. If it is the same, the presiding officer removes the counterfoil and deposits the ballot paper in the ballot box in full view of the voter and all others present. Every elector must vote without undue delay and leave the polling station as soon as the ballot paper is deposited in the ballot box. For more information, visit the Electoral Office website. And that's it for local news. The latest in sports news is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
There are big dogs and there are small dogs, but for all dogs, there's only one dog food, and it's called Winner's Choice. Winners is packed with the best nutrition in a tasty recipe to give your dog a complete and fully balanced diet. The best scientific research goes into making Winner's dog food highly digestible so your dog system stays healthy. So when you feed your dog Winner's dog food, everyone's a winner. And because Winner's Choice dog food is available from Astafans, you know it's the right price. Astafans, right place, right price.
Christmas is the time of year that you do whatever it takes to make everything just right. When everything is in place, the magic happens. So let us help make this a memorable Christmas for you and your family. With a chance at winning your share in over $50,000 in cash and prizes. Simply top up $15 or more, pay your bill in full, sign up for a data plan, or join the Digicel family. Come together and make Christmas extraordinary. Digicel.
Digicel Play wishes to advise all customers of ongoing upgrade works on our network across Dominica. We are aware that some customers may be experiencing interruptions in their service. Please be informed that the ongoing works will be carried out over the next few months as we upgrade to the next generation of broadband technology. As such, we apologize for any inconvenience caused. Our technical team will attempt to reduce any outages to a minimum. We thank you, our customers, for your patience and look forward to launching new products to Dominica over the coming months.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. We begin tonight's coverage with football. Ian Pinard's Soufriere Spartans have notched up their first win of the 2014-2015 Carib Sand and Stone Point Michel Football League. After securing a solitary point from their 2 previous matches, Spartans came from 2 goals down to defeat Lodbourne Wednesday evening at the Pori Park in Point Michel. Former national player Donan Gervais found the back of the net 3 times in the come-from-behind 5 goals to 2 success. Kieran Lewis gave valuable support with 2 goals. For Lodbourne, Delbert Graham scored 2 goals and Bert Kazimi converted the other goal. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, veterans defeated Bellevue Young Gunners by 4 goals to 2. And in cricket, team manager Sir Richie Richardson says the West Indies have moved beyond the recent controversial impasse with the union and the board and are fully focused on the upcoming Test series against South Africa. While the impasse initially cast doubt over the South African tour, Sir Richie said the situation had now settled down and the squad is focused on events on the field. Despite rumors of sanctions for players involved in the walkout, selectors chose a full-strength side for South Africa. West Indies, who arrive in South Africa on Tuesday, play 3 one-day matches starting next Wednesday ahead of the first test, which bowls off on December 17th. And that's it for tonight's Sportscast.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. Now for a recap of today's headlines. Observer Mission begins work ahead of December 8th general elections. 4 siblings indicted in the murder of their brother have been granted bail by the High Court. And all hands on deck as the election office prepares for polling day. In sports, Ian Pinard Spartans secure first victory in Carib Sandstone Point Michel Football League. And that's all the time we have for now. Don't forget to drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George. Have an enjoyable weekend, stay safe, and thanks for watching.
Boom, Miss and it's my time to get on bad when I jam in at everybody. Come celebrate with me, but if you don't know me yet, don't worry, man, we go take a jam in a party. Yeah, put one hand in the air. 767 News.